Are you experiencing lower back pain? With so many people working from home now and sitting in a chair, sitting in a desk all day long, a ton of people are experiencing lower back pain right now as we speak. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to get rid of the symptoms of it. Not cure it, but get rid of the symptoms of it so that you can look and feel better automatically. There's really 3 things you can do right now from your home to help you out. But first, let's figure out why this lower back pain is coming and why 84% of Americans have experienced lower back pain. You are probably one of them if you're using probabilities, right? I mean, 84%, there's a good chance you probably had lower back pain. So first thing, when you're sitting down in a chair, all your muscles are basically turned off. If you think your glutes, your hamstrings are all turned off because they're resting. And on top of that, normally your feet are in front of you, your spine rounds, and everything here just creates tension all the way up your lower back. And the front of your pelvis gets extremely tight and pinched. So what's happening to the structure of your spine, your lower back, is basically, if this is your spine, the pelvis is rotated, right? So if my pelvis is rotated down and forward because it's super tight because of all of the hip flexor area being tight and these glutes and hamstrings not doing their job and pulling it back into alignment, what happens is the spine itself isn't the problem. Your lower back isn't the problem, it's the foundation of it. So if we shift the pelvis, there's a drastic angle now in the spine. And each one of those links in the spine has more and more and more tension as you go up. Like, I mean, this is an over-exaggerated version, but this does not look comfortable for my lower back, right? And this is what's happening to every single joint on your spine as you go up. Each one of them is carrying more pressure than it should. Just like if it was a skyscraper and it's tilted, each one of those joints would be carrying way too much pressure. So all you have to do is really just switch the foundation, the hips, and put it in alignment so that gravity's now pulling straight down. Each joint is just basically holding it stable, not really weight bearing, and alleviates all the pain. So I'm gonna show you these 3 stretches now. Get out of your chair if you're still in your chair watching. The first one is a hip flexor lunge. So all I want you to do is make a 90-degree angle with both of your legs, like this. Put your arms above your head. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. And push your hip forward and your chest back. Now your hip flexor runs around your pelvis and then down into your quad. And this is the one that gets shortened and tight as you're seated. So this is gonna help immensely for you to stretch this out and set your pelvis back into alignment. Now the next thing that's happening is those glutes, they're just not getting worked. So they're basically, your glutes are like this ball, you have a ball and socket joint in your femur is, and your glutes wrap around it to hold it in place. Well, if those are turned off, everything gets overstretched. So the next thing we're gonna do is a Spider-Man stretch. So it's kind of like the hip flexor lunge, but you're gonna elongate the length from your knee to your heel, and then you're going to drop your elbow as close as you can get it to the floor, just like this. And you're gonna feel an immense stretch in the back of your leg here. So the back of your glute, your hamstring, everything is gonna be stretched out and more flexible. And you'll also feel the opposite side hip flexor stretch as well. That's why we stretch the hip flexor first, because then it'll open up the opportunity to stretch the other leg. Now the last one we want to do is we really want to focus on stretching that glute and getting the hip capsule in alignment. This will alleviate a ton of lower back pain. So what I want you to do now is just lay down on your mat. Put your ankle on top of your knee, reach through your shin, and just pull. And you're gonna feel the stretch in your glute or your butt cheek. You wanna hold each stretch for at least 30 seconds. I like to go for 60 to 90 seconds, just to ensure that the muscle is releasing. And you wanna take your time. This isn't something you wanna do quickly. The muscle has to release. So don't pull and stretch and try super hard and create all this pain. Just breathe, relax, and let the muscle release itself. And now if you do this every single day, not only will it help eliminate a ton of back pain, but it'll also prevent it. Now here's the thing. In a recent study, 64 to 77% of back pain comes back. The reason is these things called muscular imbalances. So if those glutes and hamstrings that we talked about earlier aren't firing, they're literally letting go of the pelvis and letting it tilt forward and down. Now that's gonna keep happening every single day. Even if you go to the chiropractor, the physical therapist, they're gonna put it back into alignment, but those dominant muscles will pull it right back out. So that's why you have to go back every single week. Now, what we do here at ResetU is we fix the muscular imbalances. We get those opposite muscles to hold and hold the joint in place so you never have to worry about it coming back. Now, if you want the first step of our reset protocol, where we can assess you and figure out exactly what muscular imbalances you have to fix this lower back injury long term so it never has to come back again and not just continually fix the symptoms of the pain, click the link above. Maybe it's below. Maybe, I don't know where they're gonna put the link, but click the link and sign up for the first step of our reset protocol now. See ya.